Let's talk about price and money and fees and how we get more of them. Hello there, my name is Peter Thomson. I'm delighted to welcome you to this message. And over the last 27 years since I sold my business and semi-retired, I've been sharing my knowledge, experience and expertise with an ever-growing group of people, most of whom are coaches, consultants, speakers, trainers and small business owners, people probably like me and you. And so for today, I'd like to talk about this idea of prices and fees. One of the mistakes that I made very early in my career, and I've made it throughout my career as well, hopefully not so often these days, is to believe that people are price sensitive. Yes, some people are price sensitive, but I have to admit that thinking about this and considering the various people that I've dealt with in life, there's actually very few of them are actually price sensitive. Now, it may well be that the marketing that I put out there in the marketplace does not attract people who are price sensitive. That might be part of the solution. But what I have found is that people aren't price sensitive, they are value sensitive. However, because a lot of people in the coaching, consulting, speaking, training and small business area believe that people are price sensitive, then they focus too much on price and they're concerned too much about price. And part of their marketing focuses so much on price that in fact they get the opposite result to the one they really want. So the key part of this message today is this, is firstly, let's think about fees and then we'll talk about prices. Fees tends to be for services that we provide, doesn't it? And I've found that the vast majority of coaches, consultants, speakers and trainers that I've dealt with over the last, say, 27 to 30 years were, I'm going to say all, but yet pretty close to all, undercharging for the value that they were bringing to their clients. And when I explained to them to think carefully about the value they delivered and the financial impact for many of them for the value they delivered and different ways of positioning their price, then they started to test the marketplace. And the testimonials I've had back over those years have been amazing. I remember one particular guy, I won't use his name because it won't be appropriate in this context, was charging £400 a day, which was nowhere near the value that he was delivering. And over time, he moved it to just naught more. In other words, £4,000 a day. And people were delighted. He wasn't ripping anybody off. He was providing value. I've had other clients who, instead of charging a day rate, have charged a delegate rate and doubled their previous day rate. And it was still massive value for their clients. So when it comes to fees, the very few clients are price sensitive. Yes, they're all value sensitive. I'm sure that's true for me and you as well. Now, when it comes to products, again, products is a little more tricky because you can have another product in the marketplace that can be similar or apparently exactly the same, but similar. And therefore it's easy to get shopped as a commodity, as though it was a loaf or a bottle of milk. You know, oh, well, this one's this much and this one's this much. I'll buy the cheaper one because it makes sense to do so. So it is trickier, but when we position what we have, let's say this is a product with various add-ons, with additions, maybe with the addition of maybe some coaching or some follow-up or whatever it might be, then we can position that away from it being a commodity that looks like another one. So the takeaway for me, and you know, whenever I record these for you, I'm always talking to myself as well. The takeaway for me is to say, hang on a minute, Peter. Is there an area where with my pricing, I'm becoming price sensitive instead of value sensitive, regardless whether that's fees or products? Maybe that's the same idea you could take away as well, and maybe consider that when you're thinking of the upcoming year and what you might do, what sort of turnover you might do, what sort of profit you might do, and how you can do that by sometimes doing less, but doing it for clients that appreciate the value that we deliver. If you've got any comments or questions on this, then by all means put them down there. I'm always happy to answer them. And I will see you on the next one. But in the meantime, I wish you every success in all your adventures in life, as you have freedom from anything that may have held you back and freedom to be, do, and have whatever you set your heart and mind upon. See you soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and hit the notification bell for more videos. Then click to watch the next video.
Remember to visit our website at peterthomson.com and download your free copy of my latest book, How to Write Your Business Book in 5 days or less. Until next time, every success.